And now we are live with channel consultant from HubSpot, Iliyana Stareva, joining us live from, is it raining in Bulgaria or is it sunny, or what do I see there from the window?
It's kind of weird today. So it was sunny and now it's rainy and then...
Yeah. Well, it's Easter. It's a little bit more dramatic season, so maybe it suits the weather. So we have a very nice day here in Finland, sunny. So we're very excited to have you, Iliyana. Again, you were in our first session where we talked about social media marketing. And today's topic is blogging, storytelling, content creation in general, from animated videos to vlog posts to any podcast, to anything that you would like to get your insights. And I would like to tell you also that we started today at 10 o'clock and we covered lots of topics in blogging. Students had wrote also a blog post based on the HubSpot's blog topic generator. They loved it, right?
Yeah. Very good.
That was awesome. So some of them already published or will be publishing their blogs inspired by HubSpot. And then we focused on making a podcast. So we recorded short podcasts. So each company, each startup recorded a short podcast. Then now we were looking at making animated videos for their brands. And we haven't touched upon vlogging. We have here one of the startups is interesting in vlogging. They started already, so perhaps they can address some more questions to you. So we can start the session by, of course, we'd like to hear from you, and then you can open to the students to ask questions.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks again for having me. I'm very excited to be here. I hope you found the last session useful, the last Q&A. And I hope that this one is also going to help you when it comes to blogging, storytelling, content creation. Definitely a topic I've been dealing with for a few years now. So please feel free to ask questions.
All right, so who's ready to start? Questions to Iliyana regarding blogging, storytelling, content creation. So many things you had in mind.
Yeah. Actually, I had one question about blogging, because that's something we didn't.
Come a little bit closer.
Oh, okay. That's something we didn't cover that much. So my question was pretty much, which business areas do you think are most appropriate to organize blogging in order to promote their stuff?
Well, could you maybe focus on your company and say that could we use a video blog?
It's grocery offerings, the promotions from the grocery stores for the people. And do you think there could be some use of blogging for us in this case, like on YouTube?
So they have, I don't know if you remember, Iliyana, Food Finder, grocery offers service which shows the cheapest food products available nearby you. And the question is, could video blogging be used in our company, in our startup, and how could we better utilize it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it all starts really with your buyer persona. So if they are active on YouTube or Vimeo or whichever blogging platform you would choose, then sure, why not? It wouldn't be a problem. Also, this is sort of an area that's kind of like part of everyday life. So I would imagine people going there and wanting to learn more about it. What ideas do you have in mind? What topics could you start blogging about?
Well, we were actually planning to make a short video about how to actually use our service, because some people are kind of, well, confused about where to click and how to find social grocery promotions. Although it's like we have, I think, simplest interface ever. Still, I think there is a reason to make such a video about how to use the website. Well, some more ideas we have is like the interviews from the people who use the service and them telling like how they could benefit from that. these are two ideas we had so far, but we have just started on thinking about it, so we didn't work on that much.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's a good idea. When you say that it's going to be helpful to your, customers, then it will definitely make sense to do that. Especially if you're saying that there's some difficulty around, them knowing how to use your service exactly, then it would make sense to educate them.
Okay, and another question is like, what is the way to like get promoted for yourself on YouTube? Because there are so many videos, so many links to everything, and like it's kind of difficult to stand out among all of that. So what would be your suggestions?
I would say that you should be authentic, say who you are, and make it relevant. You don't want to write or talk about any superlatives and stuff like that, but be relevant, be useful, be helpful. And also try and optimize it, like all of the headlines, for keywords, and so on, because people nowadays, they not only go to Google to search, but many go straight to YouTube search. I think it's like the second largest search engine in the world at the moment.
Yes, the second, yeah.
So make sure you're optimizing the title, you're putting some description in there. And yeah, definitely, first thing you should do is create your own channel there.
Yeah. And of course, share as much as possible and wherever possible that people can find your video.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Good. Some other question, please. Step forward, Michael. Michael from Kitty's Diner, and Sana, it's a restaurant, 1950s inspired diner.
Hi, Iliyana.
Hi.
Iliyana. Iliyana, hi.
Hello.
Hi there.
Okay. Well, I don't really have a question as such, but we just wanted to tell you what we've been doing.
And your opinion.
And your opinion. So, yeah. So basically, we're opening up a 1950s classic diner, and we came up with the idea of doing a video blog for this. It was probably about a month and a half ago or so. And what I've been doing is we started just filming basically everything that we were doing and kind of relaying our story to the public, because what we want to do is we want to build a buzz. So we thought that it could be a really good idea to have a visual story that people can see.
Yeah.
I think so far our videos have been about what we're doing. So we've been going through our diary and telling the audience because we've got around about 800 Facebook followers, which is quite good. And we've been telling our audience about our progress and what's been happening. But recently we've started to do things like make milkshakes and stuff like that. How to do so. And they've been kind of fun in a way. Well, first of all, I was doing them pretty much a lot on my own, and I was doing them in quite a dramatic kind of, how do I say?
You can see Michael's vlogs. I can send you some clips of his initial attempts. But now Sana paired up with him, that they're together in this business. And they made a very nice lately how to make a milkshake, a cookie, Oreo cookie.
Cool.
Yeah. And they were a little grainy at first because we couldn't get the pixels right. So that was really awful.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What opinion would you like to get?
What do you think? Because we want to kind of have a story like what we're doing and like ask people what would they like to see. I don't know. I mean,
so we want to create a buzz.
Yeah. It's quite challenging.
And I have to say to Iliyana, just to explain that the restaurant does not exist.
Yeah.
Right. So the restaurant will take place when the investment is there, when the money is there, and however these two entrepreneurs here, they do participate, for instance, in the recent upcoming restaurant day where they have a pop-up restaurant to showcase their burgers and milkshakes and whatnot.
So yeah.
So first of all, I think it's really cool. I'm seeing a lot of food vloggers So people who create videos around how to, make milkshake, cookies, and especially like healthy stuff, this is booming a lot.
This is not healthy at all.
Oh well, like,
No.
well, I'm sure like a milkshake is okay. Come on, I mean, people showing how to do that, how to prepare that. This is great for YouTube, absolutely. And what you could do probably is, because you already have like a big community on Facebook with 800 people, why not create a poll and just ask them, hey guys, what would you like to see? And
Yeah.
what types of videos should we create for you? And obviously you're passionate about it and you're doing them yourself. So this is some sort of research for you, though, so that you can make some informed decisions. How to engage with your audience, how to create the content that will be beneficial for them, the content that they want to see. So yeah, continue doing that.
Okay, thank you.
I think that's a great idea.
Can I ask you one thing? Do you suggest like editing? Because lately we've been doing the videos like just free flow. So we've just started and just like blah blah blah, and then we're just going for it. And that's kind of worked. But do you suggest like doing an actual edit, like properly?
Yeah. Do it. Like, it's always learning by doing with these things. There are lots of free programs and apps that you can be using for that. But the more professional it looks like, the better. I mean, yes, authentic and genuine is obviously great, but that's what your personality is there for, because those are your videos, right? You're doing them.
Yeah.
But yes, people do like quality stuff. So even in terms of how to make this and that, even like having on the left side or the right side of the video or whatever, like something like the ingredients you need for it, like a list, stuff like that as well. So that's useful too, or some sort of text telling them go to our website or go to our Facebook page. So yes, definitely editing and putting these little corrections here and there.
What free programs do you recommend?
Oh, to be honest with you, I haven't used any because I only blog. I don't vlog. But I'm sure you'll be able to find a lot if you Google it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I'd love to see your videos.
Yeah. Well, be prepared.
Well, at Iliyana Stareva at Twitter, you'll get something coming for you. Well, you wish for it, so. Coming up, do we have Stupid Games, Jussi and Suvi? Jussi.
She'll take notes.
Yeah? So Jussi is coming here from Stupid Games.
Hi, I'm Jussi from Stupid Games, and we've designed a story world, sort of fantasy world, which has all the game elements inside the world. So we can do different kinds of games, different kinds of products. So it's not just about one game. So currently we're doing a PC game, we're doing a role-playing game, and we're doing a board game. And we're writing some stories, ebooks about it. And so far we've been marketing only the company because we just graduated from college and the company sort of got us through the college because we were doing a lot of work for credits. So Stupid Games has gained some traction, so we're attracting more developers and people believe us. But now we have to shift to the product itself because obviously we're no longer studying and we need to attract more customers. But we have a problem because everything, our Facebook account and everything is done for stupids instead for the game world, which thus far we've called it Eternal, but we'll probably change the name because it doesn't really tell a story like name Game of Thrones or something. And we have all these different projects. So what would sort of your take would be on the subject? How should we sort of put everything under one umbrella, and what should really be the spearhead of things?
I think you can easily put it under one umbrella and then divide it into topics. This is something like what we are doing with HubSpot now at the moment, because we have marketing, but we also have sales, and we also have our customers, and then we also have the agency world. So for very different things, for very different blogs, for very different topics, and for different buyer personas, if you wish even. But we still have it under one umbrella under HubSpot. It's just divided into different parts.
Okay, but should we go with probably with the story world first? So, or how should we? What should be the name of the Facebook account? Should it be the company or the world or one of the most successful product or?
is the company, but it also depends on your buyer persona. Why not have multiple pages maybe for that, for the
Okay.
different games? If we're just, are we speaking about the blog or are we speaking about the Facebook page?
Basically anything. We'd like to sort of do a very concerted effort. Basically, have maybe one feed, and that would sort of maybe sort of have a trickle down effect to different accounts. So let's say if we have a page for the role-playing game, one for the PC game, and then one for the card game, and then we could sort of post everything on one Facebook feed, and sort of have everything trickle in. Would that be a sort of confusing to the customer if they would have all these games in one feed? Obviously, that we would probably need to have different feeds for the all the separate games.
Iliyana, but what I'm thinking is just to jump in, because they're startups, right? And the issue is that the resources also that they are trying to make the best out of the resources that they have, and if they would have a Facebook for everything, perhaps it's not feasible to maintain. Because I was thinking, for instance, in this case, in Stupid Games, that what I would do is that, at least for the beginning stage, that I would make maybe even a company name, let's say Rovio, okay, because maybe one of your games succeeds more than the other. And that could tell you somehow now in the early stages that, well, we do this variety of things. Maybe you could ask even there in the page that would you like to get more information on this and that, because then you just split your effort in 3 different things, and then each of them have 50, 60, 80 followers, and you triple your work.
Yeah.
Is it? I think the trade-off is there, that is it really worth it? Of course, if each of these games have their own page, I think the page can be created later on. I would think that perhaps maybe now for the early beginning that they're still startups, they could have some umbrella concept, Facebook page or any social media page, and within that some kind of regular posting, like once a week for that game, and second week we go on that. I don't know. What do you think also, Iliyana?
I think that's a good point, definitely. And so important for you here also is, if you're going to be separating everything, you might also want to have like separate websites for each, which is obviously too much effort at the moment, and it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to bring traffic to each and every one. So if you focus your efforts just on one website under your brand name, so to say, and then put different games under it, and then associate all of your social media accounts with just this brand name, and just as Krista said, post once a week for one of the games, and I don't know, in 2 days for the other one.
Yeah.
Just so that you build up your brand, basically.
Okay, so you don't necessarily see it as a problem that if we go with stupid games first, then maybe a year from now or 2 years from now we would have maybe shift our focus into the most successful game. So
no, I don't think that's an issue, because that's a success. That's a story. That's a successful story that you're going to be telling in 1 or 2 years, and the people who have been following you, they will know about your success, and why not cherish that and celebrate that by showing that you've grown and that you have a new website and a new page just for this game because it's doing so well, and because you want to focus on that. Just because you've been listening to what your customers have been saying and are interested in, obviously, and that's why you're putting more effort into this game now.
To sort of make a story out of ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I was thinking also about this, that is it exclusive use, that can somebody who play one game does not play the other? I mean, they could. I mean, if they play one game, maybe you would like them to be familiarized with another game, and
sure.
a second and third. So maybe it's good to have them all together so that they get more information, and maybe they discover a new favorite game if they get bored of the previous one that they've been hooked on.
Yeah.
Or recommend it to friends.
Huh?
Or recommend it to other friends, like knowledge. They like this game, but they hear about the other one. Maybe they're not interested in it themselves, but maybe they would know other people who would be, so they would recommend it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Jussi. And then we have who? Other questions?
Yeah, I'd like to
Come
ask about
closer.
podcast.
Yeah, podcast. Come here. Iliyana, have you made any podcasts? Remind me.
Me, not personally, but I have been part of Sam's podcast.
Hello.
Sorry, what did you say? We didn't hear you very well.
Oh, sorry. So I don't do podcasting myself purely because of lack of time, but I have participated in some.
Okay.
So my question is, as I have a military store at Active Life Equipment, I'm not sure that the podcast could be the right topic for me. But I'm start thinking about how can I use this. Maybe I didn't think about it before. How can I use this? Where can I publish this? Maybe. And what's the way of podcast of publishing a podcast can be used? It's I know it's just for example for iOS I listen podcasts sometimes, but how as a customer how can I listen my podcast? For example, my shop podcasts. It's usually it's some TV shows, or, as I know, TV shows or something like that, but not information from one local store, from one internet shop. How can I use this podcast? This question.
Okay, well, podcasts basically they're just a different type of content. So maybe instead of writing a blog post, about a particular topic, you're gonna create a podcast because some people like to listen on the go. And if your buyer personas like that, then why not? Like, for example, what I normally do because I walk to work and it takes me about 30 minutes, so I would either listen to music or I would listen to podcasts. And actually, podcasts are booming in 2015. So many people are doing them. I think this is probably the biggest trend of the year, one of the biggest trends of the year when it comes to content creation. So if you think that, again, your buyer persona would be interested in that, in learning and in receiving this type of content, then why not? Plus, it's not just going to be the iOS or the iPhone. You could download them easily as, MP3 files, or you can listen on Android. It's everywhere, really.
And as we said, as long as you find the platform, whether it's iTunes or SoundCloud or Podomatic that I explained, as long as you have them somewhere, you can embed that link to your blog. So if your customers have an internet connection,
it's also about the content. Should I talk about the products? Not, I think it should be something what my customers would like to listen. Not just this. Today we have some new products. It's not about this. So the topic is specific of business, specific on internet shop. So we don't offer a service, but offer products mostly.
So what would, Iliyana, some topic ideas for active people that go on the forest, go camping, would like to listen about? I think that's a good question, of course, for you. But if you have, Iliyana, something to share that now top of your mind, topics about this kind of people, these buyer personas that you have identified. I think you know perhaps what they like, to what might interest them, what they search online when they look for information or to entertain themselves.
It's actually an interesting idea to force customers to keep them during even they're not on the computer. So during some travel, why not to be with them during offering them their podcast? It could be a great idea, but it's difficult to determine which content should be in this. Probably yes, and I'm still not sure should I use this in my topic or not. It looks like it's really popular now. Many people listen to this, but it doesn't suit for all.
Let's hear to Iliyana. Iliyana, what do you have some ideas?
So we always advise at HubSpot that you create content which is supposed to be helpful to your buyer persona and to your customers. So this means type of content and things that you're not just talking about yourself, but rather you're talking about how your product or how your service is beneficial or could help your buyer persona. So you're always taking their point of view and creating your content rather than talking about yourself. So think about hobbies and stuff like that. Like, what could be of interest to them? What questions are they asking? What do they do in their normal day-to-day lives?
Best places to camp in Finland. Ways
yeah,
to
something like that. Yeah,
yeah.
what to visit and what is the weather today and
Yeah.
something like that.
How, and
People
then you
ask-
can put some tools inside that with this knife will help you cut wood quicker and this and that. Like put something about your product also.
Yeah, today we're talking about this. Today we're talking about that.
Like small
Why not?
episodes.
Yeah, why not to try it at least?
Yeah.
So we don't
Okay.
want to be selfish. We want to be helpful. We want to
Yeah.
give people remarkable content and educate them.
Yeah, at least it's some new way of how to try this.
It's a great way of building a relationship with them, and it's a lot more personal than just reading, right? Because they're hearing your voice, it just makes a closer connection.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
And
very
it's
much.
the same thing like blogging, I think, Iliyana, that you have to find a topic that is you're very passionate, that you can think of immediately 10 topics that you dream about them. You wake up in the morning thinking, oh, I have to write about this, I have to make a podcast about this. Because I think that if you're passionate about this, there's definitely people outside that they can relate to it and they've been looking for this kind of content.
Definitely, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I focus on my blog. I only talk about social media, PR, in general communications, and inbound marketing, and also sustainability. So not that many topics, and they're all interrelated. It's all about communications, basically.
Mhm.
That's my approach.
Good.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Eugene, no question.
No questions.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Other questions? Anything else other than your companies, but in general, tips, advice? Perhaps, Iliyana, tell a little bit, because I think questions will come to their mind. We have a few more minutes still. But tell us a little bit about your background as a blogger, how you started, your success, and your how many readers you have at the moment. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, my blog started as a pure experiment about 3.5 years ago. And it was about the time when I kind of got addicted to social media, and I was still studying actually, and I was doing some internships in social media and PR consultancies. And really, I just wanted to experiment. Can I do this now? Can I learn more about PR by researching and writing? Can I become better at it? In what way can I build a personal brand? So I just started doing it and just blogging. I chose my topic. So at that time, it was just PR and social media. And again, it was like a pure experiment, and I was just sharing what I've been learning, what's been happening at university, all the things that I have been reading, like news around social media, new tools, new platforms, how you can use that for business. So really the focus was how can you use it for your business, basically. And from a pure experiment now, it has helped me build a personal brand, because I've always been very active on social media, so I've been sharing everything that I've been writing all over the internet. I've managed to amass a big enough community, so I met a lot of people from the UK and also from Germany who work in those areas, so I kind of started networking through my blogging, basically, which was a great way, again, of connecting with various people. And the blog itself is one of the major reasons for my career success, actually, because people see your content out there, people see that you can write, people see that you are giving them value in some way, and people actually find you on Google. Like, even if you go on Google and you type in my name, you'll probably find about, I don't know, something like 30,000 results, which is purely my blog posts and the index pages that I have, and social media updates as well. So for all the job seekers, for the career people, this is just great, because obviously you have an online brand, and it works the same way for a business. The more you blog, the more you build up your authority on Google, but also on various social networks. And at the moment, because I was still a student when I started blogging, and I started sharing my university experiences as well as the results of my dissertations, which were focusing on social media and PR. It so happened that the majority of my readers are other PR students who are looking for help with their dissertations, and at the moment my blog has been ranked as one of the 50 most popular PR blogs for students in the UK. So it's still a big success in some way for me. And
how many, sorry, Iliyana, how many readers do you have currently in your blog?
Good question. I think about like regular readers would be talking about email subscribers and RSS subscribers about 150 to 200. So not that many, but they are regular readers who come back.
Mm-hmm. And you have some great news you had this week. You'll be a speaker in a big event. Tell us a little bit about that, how you got that opportunity and where you'll be speaking at.
Yeah, well, because I've been specializing in social media and PR for the past few years, and now that I have joined HubSpot as a consultant, what I do is I work with our partners. Those are other agencies, so they are the so-called value-added resellers of HubSpot, of the software. And one of my partners based in Belgium, they organize this digital marketing congress every year. And well, you know, I've been talking to him, and he knows that I specialize in social media and PR, and so basically he invites me to speak for that event this year. So this is happening in October. Focuses social media's impact on PR.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, very good. So you'll be a speaker there in the summit, the Digital Marketing Congress in October, and you work for HubSpot in Dublin. You're back soon thereafter the Orthodox Easter, and I would like to ask how now that you have, do you blog for HubSpot? Do you have something to do blog related in your current workplace, or do you focus on your personal blog at any given time when you have some free time to write in your personal Iliyana Stareva blog?
Yeah, so my job now as a consultant, I don't really do any writing, but in general, in the future, I do want to do that and write for the HubSpot marketing or the agency blog, which is no problem. All of our employees blog when they find time. And with regards to my personal blog, I do that in my free time. So it's still an experiment. It's still a hobby, a pretty time-consuming hobby, I would say. I strive to publish once a week, but it still takes a piece takes a few hours. So,
have you tried, Iliyana, the HubSpot blog topic generator yourself?
Yeah, I also recommend it to my customers. Yes, regularly.
Very good. I'm addicted to it, and then my students also loved it. So, other questions for Iliyana? Jussi, come here, please.
Yeah. You said you have about 200 readers or so. So does that generate any sort of advertising revenue or anything like that, or is it you just want to keep it as a medium for your thoughts?
At the moment, I just want to keep it as a medium, as you say, for my thoughts, and more like more for awareness about, let's say, my expertise and my knowledge. And in the future, I would like to monetize the blog, but it's all combined with time. And again, this blog is a hobby, is an experiment, has nothing to do with my job. Well, not really. And it's something that I do in my free time, so it's not my focus.
Okay. Yeah. How often do you blog?
Once a week, every Monday, 7 a.m.
Okay. Is that like you mentioned once a week should be like feeding your cat? You should at least feed the cat once a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's basically it. Thanks.
Because I was telling before that just to having a blog and blog once a month, it's like having a child and leaving it hungry and feeding it once a month, and it won't survive very well. So in that sense, we talked about the regular posting as well, and I think. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. And even from a Google perspective, like Google crawls your website. The more you post, the more often you publish stuff on your website, which includes your blog, the more often Google is going to come and crawl your website. And so this obviously helps for you to rank in search results.
Mm-hmm. Iliyana, is your website built on WordPress?
It was originally, but I moved it to HubSpot in
Oh,
December.
all right. Yes, makes sense. Yes. Okay. But you're used to the WordPress interface.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. So thank you, Iliyana, for your time. Enjoy
It's my
the
pleasure.
Easter. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thank
And
you very much.
good. We have one more session in May. I don't know if you're able to make it then. We can be in touch more. And also, I haven't mentioned, but now that we close for today, Iliyana has been very generous in compiling a great list with resources from her own blog and also from lots of other resources. I have posted it already in Moodle. If you notice, the first link, list of resources, it's a list that Iliyana has compiled. So please go ahead and take a look at that great material, and then all my material just follows. There's a long list of material. All my prezzies are there, and then I will put all this video that and the video we have now, this live broadcast. So thank you, Iliyana.
Thanks a lot. And
Thanks
good luck.
a million. Kisses. Bye.
Bye.